Okay, did we figure it out? Is anybody here? I don't know how to see if anyone's here.
It doesn't say that you're live.
It doesn't? Oh, it says they're
Okay.
notifying viewers.
Yes.
Oh, hi Paige, you figured it out. You found me. Okay. We will, it's kind of dark. We'll give it a few minutes for people to pop over this way. Did you figure it out?
Yep.
So if you have a question, ask it. Mimi is live with me, and so she can answer you. And she can shout out at me if you need me to answer something. So we'll give people a few minutes. So if you have any questions, I guess while we wait. I will say we have jumped across the hall to a different storage unit that I use to store things. So we make in that room, and then once we've made everything, we bring it over here in bags. So I was working out of my closet, and finding a space was kind of a big leap of faith for me, and I wasn't sure, like, do I want to do this? Is it going to work? If you ask pretty much anybody, turn your phone off.
Okay.
Not off, but
Yeah.
lower it. Paige, tell me if that's better. If I talk now, or is she too close? Paige, you're our go-to girl on this. Answer. I can't even tell if you're answering. Okay, much better. Paige is our sound check. 1, 2, 3. So, anyways, so I did not want to get a big space because I was like, I don't know. So, long story short, I got a small space, and I was like, okay, yeah, this works, and that's too small. So then we come over here and we put things when we're done. So I can show you real quick if I don't break this, but like, this is like all of our stuff for the week. We're like half the week. We're like halfway done. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so it is 6:15. I'm gonna get ready to go. We are like keeping tabs of who's on here, and we have a super fun giveaway at the end of this from Sweet Lily, Lily's Creations Creative Heart Studio. So we have a pair of this color, but they're the balloons, earrings, and some other fun stuff. So we can mail it. So if you stay logged on, you may win some swag. So I'm gonna get my maker's belt and let's get going. Oh. Mimi just handed it to me like I was a straight up surgeon, and I've never felt more powerful in my life. It's like a cape. Okay, so an organic wall. I'm trying to find good light, y'all. It ain't here, but bear with me. Okay, so if a client asks for an organic wall, that's kind of hard to piece out. One of my friends has an amazing template, and I am y'all, Mimi just like tried to put a spotlight on me, and it was like, she's like trying to give me a good light. So my friend has this template that we've kind of modified for our needs, and I'm trying to get her to sell it because it's amazing. But I basically know I make my quads, or whatever you want to call them. We call them 8-lits because they're 8 balloons. And so I do 2 17s and 6 11s. I don't sit there with a measure. I just kind of, okay, maybe just get off.
Yeah. Okay.
Paige says it's still annoying, so we're just gonna like let it go. Okay, I'm gonna try to answer questions as I go. The apron is Lily, the Creative Heart Studio, and like, yeah, you needed this in your life. There is a scissor spot, a fishing line spot, you need an apron. Okay, so back to this. I make my 8-lits, 2 17s, and 6 11s, and I basically know that that's about 1.5 feet. I don't do the tying things, I don't tie necks, I still use 2 60s. So I figure out how many feet I need. So the first step of that, I guess, is to ask a client, like, what kind of space are we covering? So say they want to cover like a 5x5 wall. So I say, okay, 5x5 is 25, and then we need some cushion because it's not all linear feet. So I'm gonna quote them anywhere from like 8 to 10 feet over their wall space, if that makes sense. Okay, so then I know that one of my 8lets is like 1.5 feet, and then I do the math from there. Yes? Okay, Mimi says sometimes that I talk in noises. I'm like, it's like digga, 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 digga. So I'm really trying hard not to talk in noises. So I know that each 8let is 1.5 feet, and I go from there. So this is TC, we're doing it tomorrow, so I'm gonna show you how I go. All right, so.
Hey there.
Okay. So we string them with 260s, and then just disclaimer, when you're making an organic wall, you have to realize that it's organic. So I can teach you this and you can try it, but it's gonna always look different. And so as long as you're okay with that and the client is okay with that, then you're good. But yeah, you just kind of step back and see what you're doing and go from there. So we have our first set of like 6.5, 7 feet, because it's 4 8lets on a string, a 260, not a string. And I use just 3M tabs like everybody else. So you're basically just gonna start at the focal point of the wall and then explode out. So I stick on the 3M tab and then make bracelets out of 260s. I will say, if I'm doing a real install, come on. Okay, if I'm doing a real install, I totally gaffers it because I just get really nervous, and so I just want to like hedge my bet. But since it's just here, I'm not going to gaffers it. So you want to make sure that your first set of 8lets hits the floor, right? Because you're trying to build a base. Okay. So go from there, and then boom, you're done. Okay? That's not super strong, so I'm gonna go back and put one on the bottom. Put another 3M tab and another bracelet on the bottom to make it more secure. What's happening? Are we okay?
Yep, we're
Are
okay.
y'all okay?
Yep.
Any questions?
If you have any questions, let us know.
Okay, so I put my 3M tab. This is all like ballooning 101. Right here. Okay, so it's a little longer and it's kind of distorted, and that's okay because we don't want it to be a normal square, right? So you can either kick it out, you're just kind of playing with it. It's really kind of your discretion. Okay, so now I've lost my straight line, so I'm going to take this. You can start at the bottom if you don't have to go back and do this. I'm nervous and probably would have started at the bottom, I don't know.
Reinforcement on the wall.
And then boom, it's done, fixed. Okay.
You can definitely use gaffer's tape on the 3M tab on top, just in case if you need reinforcement, and that gives it a little bit more of a hold on it on the wall. Or you can also put the gaffer's tape at the back and then put the M3 tab at the top, and then put gaffer's tape again, kind of like an H shape. So like put it like in between the little clamp, and then put 2 on the side.
And I will say though, it depends on where you live, because like we're hot as heck here in Texas, and so putting gaffer's tape first a lot of the times isn't the safest way to go, because gaffers gets hot and it peels off the wall. Okay, perfect. So we're just kind of using a line as our starting point, and then we're going to go from there. So you want it to kind of look organic and like flowy and whatever. So we're going to step back and we're going to say, okay, we really don't want 2 silvers touching, so let's start here. So then, if I'm by myself, I'll hold it, and I'll take a bracelet, and I'll piece it together there. And then I'll take this and put it up, because remember remember, I don't want a structured shape. So I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna hold this here, take my 3M tab, stretch this out straight. Honestly, guys, I'm a slob when I am installing, and I just either drop things to the floor and pick it up at the end. Sometimes I put them back in my apron, but very rarely. Okay, so put it on the wall, grab your bracelet. Okay, done. So this is what we have so far, right? Pretty organic, nothing crazy. Okay. All right. So then I'm gonna grab another fork and step back and look at it and be like, all right, if anyone were to stand in front of this, this part needs to get filled in, right? Because like no one wants to see dead space in their photo. So take it. We don't really want silvers touching. It's okay, but not really. And then here, I have 2 purples touching, so I'm gonna see what else I have. When I string my balloons, I don't string in the same pattern for this exact reason, so I can grab what I need so that I have a more organic look. So I found one of my pre-strung 8-lits, and it has white, and like that's perfect because I don't have white touching. So here we go. So you're gonna want to straighten it out because I use 260s and kind of furlough. Snug it in there. Oh, I'm using Annie's term. Snuggies. Okay, snuggies. Snug it in there. And then boom, you're done. Okay, but now this guy's flapping. Loosen this. Okay, so we gotta tack it down. Easy peasy. Ram tag if we were outside, gaffer it to reinforce it. Grab your bracelet. And then, like a lot of this, honestly, I should say this is not like your, I'm allowed into the venue 30 minutes before. Don't offer this to a client. This is like a step back look, because it's like legit organic. Okay. So now obviously, so our base is pretty good. Our base is kind of a straight line, but we'll fix that at the end. So we're gonna go here. And I think this is too structured, so I'm gonna try to kick it over. Which again is why I like 260s, because they're really mushy and movable. Okay, so then we're gonna go. These silvers are kind of close, so we'll fix at the end. We're gonna go here. Top. And then at this point, I'll only say like, Mimi, what do you think? And then Mimi will say, what would you say?
At this moment, I love it.
Okay, so there's holes.
Yes, but there's holes, but we can always just fix them up with.
We're gonna show you how to fill in the holes.
Yes.
So clients will walk by, and y'all, God bless them, because they'll be like, oh my gosh, it looks so white, and I'm like, we're gonna fix it. This is the bone. Yeah. We call this the backbone. If a client walks by and says that, but also like, thank you so much for stroking my ego. So it's too structured. Okay. So, it's all right. I mean, it's okay. No, he got that way too. So at this point, we're just gonna grab what we have left. What do we have? We have a lot for TCU, so I'm honestly not being super mindful. We have a lot of extra. That white one. Okay. If you end up with doubles like I did, I'll show you how to fix that. Because like honestly, like that's the least of your problems. So we're gonna do that this way. And then we normally store in this room in bags, so things are dusty right now. That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna take a bracelet and attach it to what you already have on the wall. That's way too saggy, so I'm gonna get on a ladder and I'm gonna pin it to give it more structure. So if you have any questions right now, Mimi can answer them for you. You wanna ask them? Yeah. A regular one?
Also, just in case for the 3M tabs, especially when you're doing the bottom, the placement can sometimes be very crucial. Instead of putting them like this, like normal, sometimes it's better to put them the opposite side, just so it has more of a hold and it won't slip out. Just a little tip.
Yep, that's a good tip. It's a teachable moment.
It's a teachable moment.
If you will. Okay. All right, boom. Okay.
Yes, we do use 24s and we're gonna use them just in a moment.
Yeah. Okay. So we just make our. We gotta scoot back again. We're getting big. All right. That's pretty good. I don't. So one thing I learned from Charming Garland's Allie, just combine those last two things, is that she's always like, take a picture and look at it. And I think like that's an excellent tip. So like just even standing here, I can see like that's way too structured for what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna get that up here and I'm gonna kick this out. So I can already see like.
Yeah, this is just a command hook. It's called the 3M tab. It's a command hook.
Yeah. You can buy them in bulk, like around Christmas time at Costco. Anything else? Perfect. Okay. So here we go. So clearly, this is kind of linear, which I don't love. So we don't do this a lot, but we do it sometimes. And like, we bring everything in groups of 4. We don't have a van yet. That's our next big purchase. So if you don't have a van yet, like, cheers. We don't either. So that's our next thing to buy. So we will take a 4 and chop it. Like, you're not married to this. The 260 costs 10 cents. Girl, buy. So I'm gonna chop the black because I think it'll look good on the corner, and that's how I'm gonna really get it organic. And I'm gonna take my bracelet. And this seems really silly and stupid, but watch how like it'll like make a really big deal.
It's just personal preference to tie the necks using the 260s. We use the 260s just because it gives it more of
it's more malleable.
Yeah, it's more malleable, and you're able to play with it more instead of just everything being linear.
Okay. So you see like
wall versus a square wall.
What? Yep, I do. For sure. For sure I do. And I do kind of preface it like, honestly, do you trust me? Like, it's gonna be organic. It's gonna be a really cool photo op. And then I normally send them examples of things I've done where it is an organic wall.
Where do I get a Mimi?
Y'all, don't you ever try to take my Mimi. Mimi's gold. Okay.
I tried.
We have big old gaps. Not okay, but an easy fix. So we're just gonna take our 260. Oh, and also we have a Caitlin too, and Caitlin's not here. Caitlin has to stay home, but Caitlin is our TikTok and installer, and she's a a doll babe. So we also have a Caitlin too that y'all want, but I'm not gonna give her to you either. Okay, so you take your 260, that's the bracelet, and you're just gonna go find two that are close. And squeeze it in. That's it. You can also use the things you chopped up if you need to. And fill in gaps. I don't think we need to tonight, but you could. We may here, but. Also, if you can, always go to 11 to 11. You're just going to save yourself some pole space. Especially with metallics. Metallics are, they're sausage rods, and they don't like to be pulled. Okay, so, I'm going to keep this up. Okay, so now that's like what we call the bones, the backbones. And so then from the backbones, what do we have? Yes, a bracelet is just a 260 tied together.
A lot of people like to call them rubber bands also, just in case.
Yeah. Okay, so then we take it from here, and you kind of can't see it. And then we just fill it in, and we start. You're welcome. We start with 24s, and then we fill it in with just 5-inch minis. We call them minis. I couldn't think of what we call them. So we do Tiffany's confetti castle way. Also, we don't always bring these blown up because, like I said, we don't have a van yet. So if we have to blow these up on site, we blow them on site. And oh yeah, we use the ping pump. It's fine. Or we have that handheld Ryobi that we bring a lot. But we take a 24, and this is Tiffany's from Confetti Castle. She takes two 260s, and then so you have 2 points of contact, and then she fills it in. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. So these are our bare bones. If you end up where you have two colors that are similar and you want to break it up, the 24 is the way to do it. So like, see right here, there's a big 24. I mean, there's a big pack of black right there. I probably wouldn't put the 24 black there because I'm trying to break up that color pattern. So I'm gonna break up those double silvers. Yeah. Actually, I'm not because then, look. Too close. I just don't like it. Again, this is organic and it's what you like. So if you like it, you do you, boo. I don't like it. I'm not gonna do it. But I do like a lighter color. Should we get a lighter color? There's a hole. There's two colors that need to be broken up. We're gonna take care of it.
I will show it in just a moment.
Okay, so we have a couple of them pre-blown up. And then I do think the bottom is still pretty linear for an organic wall. So I'm gonna try to break that up with a 24. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go over here. Any questions?
They want to see how we tie it.
Oh, don't stay away from 24s. 24s are your friend. They're good fillers. Okay, white. I'm gonna break this up, and there's no white in this area. How are we doing, fam? All right? Okay. So see, I'm just looking at it, like just see where I want to fill in. Good,
They want to see how we tie the 24 inch.
Oh, okay. Hold on, 2 seconds. I'll do it. I'm gonna go here to give it some dimension. Whoever asked how we tie 24. So we blow it up. This isn't a full 24 size, but it's okay. And then we take two 260s, hold them like this, like you're gonna tie, and then right before you get to this, use my fingers, pop, 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 this stage. It's not this difficult when you're not trying to show it on a screen. Loop it through. Again, it's not that hard when you're not trying to. See, I dropped one. I've never dropped one in my entire life. Oh my gosh, it's like radio silence. Okay, and then, so you, I didn't even tie it. Y'all, pressure. I'm just gonna act like you're not here.
Okay.
Not you, you're fine. I'm used to you. All of them. Bop. See, bop. Like, why do I say bop? Like, why do I talk in noises? Okay, and then you take it and then you tie them. It's kind of like a butterfly. Sometimes, like, in my head, I think I'm like, oh, I made a cute little butterfly. I did not. I just tied 260s, but. Beep bop.
Beep bop.
Beep bop. See? Beep bop. Okay, so this was a good addition. Does that answer your question?
Thank you. Yep.
Yep. Okay, cool. It only works if you're not on a live and if you say bebop. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this for here just to give it some kick. That sounded scary, it wasn't. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna sit back and look at it. That's our girl. I think to balance it out, I'm gonna add a 24 up in that corner to like give it some like oomph. So. I'm gonna ADD out real quick and say, we also don't bring all, I think I said it earlier, we don't bring all these done. So if like you maybe can have space for like 4 24s going up, cool. Bring a couple more because you may be like, oh shoot, it's not billowy enough here, or it needs a little more oomph here. So just, I know some people don't bring extras. I always bring extras. Yeah, so just put a couple more in. And even if this wasn't the same color to color block it, I honestly prefer if it were a different color, but I had this one, so I'm gonna use it. So just bring what you have that matches the palette.
And if anything, I've seen a lot of lives and a lot of people also blowing things at the moment, like before the event, even if it's just like 6 hours before the event. If anything, just bring as much as you can already pre-blown. That saves you more time that you're able to play with the wall with something like this. And again, we do a lot of like the step back, let's look, make sure that this is what we are envisioning, and then we go forward from there.
There's a hole here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hole that like bothers me as I step back. So I'm gonna just tighten it. It's not the fastest thing in the world. Like I said earlier, Lily's apron makes it go faster. So like if you have all of your things that you need and your scissors, like it's not fast, but Lily helps you speed it up. So Lily is key. When we take our 260s, oh my gosh, when we take our minis, we tie them on 260s like this. A lot of the times, well, okay, so we do twos and threes on, like we call them barbells. And a lot of times when we pop it, we'll take it in a bag and pop it so we're a little cleaner and not so like, I told you I was sloppy, like not so sloppy. A lot of times we just go rogue and let them go. So for the sake of time in this live, I'm just gonna pop it and let it go. So we put them all on barbells and then we tie it with another 260 and then we pop them. Can you guys see this? And they're loose and then we fill in the gaps. So I'm gonna let Mimi jump in and help me so we can speed this up. And we're gonna fill in our gaps. You can either choose to color block it, you can go rogue and just put 260s where you think, minis where you think you need to put minis. It's totally up to you. That's like the beauty of this, is like, it's very artistic and very different, and no two are ever gonna look the same.
Are we popping? Estamos explotando los globos. ¿Qué está preguntando?
You guys, we're so legit and bilingual. And by we, I mean Mimi, because I don't know what you said, but it sounded really pretty.
And these are the...
Okay, I don't put extras away either. I make my 5-year-old sort it as like a enrichment. I'm like, oh baby, like let's work on your colors. Let's sort. But honestly, I would just bring the entire soup container and I throw it in my throw it in my wagon. I bring a DeWalt cart and I put the entire soup container in there so I'm not sitting there divvying out extras, because that's right, like that's ridiculous. Anything else? We good? Okay, so we're gonna put our minis on. So the main thing with the minis is you can choose to color block it, you can choose to not color block it, it's whatever you wanna do. Your main goal at this point in the game is to fill the holes. Okay, so here we go. We do normally color block the minis. So you want to make sure to fill holes and that no one is seeing your 260s. Because like y'all can tell, like we 260 the heck out of things and nobody wants to see that. So those are your two goals. Holes, 260s.
And if anything, we don't like whenever you see the necks of the 5-inch.
Yeah,
so always tuck them in. That's it looks nice and neat, something like this. We do not like to see the necks of the balloons.
I am a stickler with that, with Caitlin and Mimi when they're installing for me. I will, someone's going back up on that ladder to flip the necks. I am a stickler for that. Mimi's like, yeah, I can test that. The other thing I'm a stickler for, it's hard with walls. I like my minis to touch. It's hard when you're trying to fill gaps, but I think it's a cleaner, nicer look. While she finishes this up, I'm also going to say, so like I said, I have a system for like my calculations. So I know that like an 8-lit is about 1.5 feet, yada, yada. So I normally take how many 8-lits I'm making and then do like 3/4 of that in minis. If that makes sense. I know that's probably like terrible math, but again, I'm trying to like totally get my friend to sell this recipe that she has going on for her numbers. But like we've done the same thing for a long time, and I think it really works. But so say it is say you're making 10 8-lits of a color of like the big 8-lits, and I would normally do 6 sets of minis. Half of them being 2 and 2 barbells, and half of them being 4 and 4. Any other questions? No. Okay, we're gonna finish this up real quick. And then I'll step back and I'll let you see it. This is intense. TikTok. Joe wants to do TikTok. That's the answer to that question. It's fun. TikTok's super fun. I just got it last week. Anything else? Making me work now. All right. Okay. So see, there you go. So I told you it's like very look at your work, take a step back. As I'm looking at this, I see a hole. So remember we chopped up a 4 thing, and that's fine. So let me use this one. And I'm just gonna add it at the end. It's totally your vision and like what you want to do. Mimi and I were talking about these earlier, and can y'all see the hole? Oh, more noises. Why am I like this?
Whenever I met Jessica, it was instant connection because I have always spoken in noises. Like I have always said, you want it to go fwa fwa. You want it to go fwa fwa. And then she's like, yes. And I'm like, exactly.
Okay, so I added that to fill that hole because I think like if I was shooting him for a picture, like, woo! Yes. You would want that. You wouldn't want the empty space. So after you do that, you're like, well, shoot, that needs a mini. Do your thing. Move it. That's the joy of not using. Y'all, I love me some U-glue, but like, move it. It's not 60. Okay. So, here's our organic wall.
Oh, hi, extra Betty.
Oh, hi, friend. Sweet friend. Okay, there she is. And I promise you, what is this stance? Cheer go. That is where the bop comes from, is me being a cheerleader. If you're not talking through this and you just trust your gut and you're like, this looks good, I can just roll with this. This honestly will take you 30 minutes. Just be prepared and be self-assured.
Self-assured,
yeah.
Have confidence.
Confidence. Yes. See, this is what everyone needs at Mimi. What is confidence in Espanol?
Confidencia.
Yeah, sí, confidencia. But seriously.
Necesitas estar segura de lo que estás haciendo.
Yeah, girl. But like really, it is not hard. It's not hard. Like we just like boop, boop, boop. We threw it up. And it's cute, right? Like she's a cutie. And like, go frogs. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, like we're done. I
need help.
Hi, Tisha. Hi. Who else is here? What do you need help with? Okay. They're really simple. Be prepared. Know your numbers. Know what you want to do. It's never going to look the same twice. And like that's, like I said at the beginning, like as long as you know that and your client knows that, you're good. If they trust you, those are the best clients anyway. That 5 is kind of rogue. I need to fix that. You see it? It's like a boop.
It looks like a little tree.
Little crown. Boop. Okay. Hey. Hi, Jamie. Hey, friend. Okay. I think we're done.
Giveaway?
Was that
giveaway?
Oh, yes. Okay. So we're going to like random. Well, actually, so I can go through here and see who is on here for the giveaway. And I'm going to take it and like we're going to put them into a thing. And Lily was so sweet and we got earrings, and then Lily gave us a sticker, and I'm going to add some lots of fun stuff. Show us your helium stuff. I did, Paige. Where were you? Hi, Taryn. Hi. we are giving away earrings and some other Creative Heart Studio stuff and some pop stuff, like just that we can mail out. So it's going to be local. Okay, I'm going to take this out and I'll walk around my space again in case you missed it. Okay, so here she is. Here's our organic wall from the live. We said earlier we use the space across from us as storage. So here's all our stuff for the week. Y'all, when the light is bad, the light is bad. We're going to go across. So here we go. So we're in one unit, and then we're going to jump across to our unit. And this is the warehouse space. Paige, why are you momming? Why do you have 3 kids? Who has 3 kids? Who would do that to themselves? I have 3 kids, if you don't know about me. Okay, this is our unit. We have that one for storage only. Oh, you're pregnant with your 3rd. Congratulations. 3rds are the best. I shouldn't say that, but 3rds are where it's at. My 3rd can do no wrong. Okay, so this is our storage unit where we work from, and then we bop it across the hall when we're done with it. And so we have our little maker station, all of our tassel stuff, cutting board, Cricut paper, extra. What's that called, Mimi? In English, fringe. Yep. Fringe. See, I don't even know English. I'm like not even monolingual. Mimi's over here killing with 2 languages. I can like barely function with 1. Our fringe extra, and then we have all of our tubs of balloons. That's where we pull from for the week. The pumps, our made fringe. I said earlier we're like making it as we go because I don't want to invest time or whatever. So as of right now, our fringe is made to order, and I'm totally cool with that. It's fun. It's fun to make, and it's fine, but I'm not going to sit there and do it if I don't have to. Now, Paige, to your question, our helium. Kristen from Festoon Balloon Co. in Las Vegas, she had these pouches, and I was obsessed with them, and she told me what to do. She does not have a magnetic wall. I have magnetic walls. So Kristen put hers on a rod to clean hers up. Mine are just on these super duty heavy hooks. And, but I used Kristen Festoon Balloon, her bags that she sent me. They're Amazon. If you DM me or DM her, I'm sure she'll share with you. They're amazing. And so like, they're all super organized. We have the things we use the most, like closest to the helium. There's our helium. There's our net. And then it just goes along the wall. That's it. Joe was amazing from having a party. Like he was like, let me see you have in your cards. You don't need this. You do need this. You need more of this. This is going to go really quickly. So if like you're on the fence about having a helium tank, I never did helium. I laughed last night because Nikki from, who did the live last night was like, we don't have helium. And I never had helium. And Mimi was always my helium girl, my go-to. And I got a tank and it's fine. It's fine. So if you're on the fence about helium, do it. It's not terrible. So yeah, that's it. That's our organization for that. Tell me your type A without telling me your type A. Yes. Yes, did your magnets work? They were so strong. Like, why was I not? Well, yes, add helium. Add helium. If you're on the fence, like, I would say as I priced out helium companies, it was like 6 months. And I feel like anyone can take a risk for 6 months. That's not super scary. So even if you are just getting on to having a party and ordering what you need as your orders come in, try it. Like 6 months is not, you're not locked in, you're not marrying it, right? I wish I had a 6 month trial with my husband. I didn't, but he, just kidding. I like him a lot. We're married 11 years. But yeah, I mean, 6 months, like that's great. Try it. If you hate it, you hate it. Anything else? Oh, Mima's Bevels. Surprise, it was your last one. Girl, me too. I went to a Muse concert and then ended up with a kid. I did not pay for that souvenir, but I'm paying for him now. Mimi's like,
Too much.
Too much.
No,
Too
keep
much.
going. That's what the people want. This is who we are.
Okay, anything else? I think we're gonna log out if y'all don't have any other questions. If you think of something later, I've lost the good light. But there's Mimi. I got Mimi. If you have any questions, seriously, DM us on Instagram. We're just Pop Fort Worth. Even if it's in Spanish, like, y'all heard my girl. Like, she's good. She can answer you. But DM me on Instagram, and it takes a village, and I will help you. Joe is amazing at having a party. I know, like, I'm not getting paid to say, but like he will help you. Having a party will like guide you and tell you what you need, what you don't need, and what you're getting too much of. And so if you're nervous that you're not really conscious of that, they will help you. Ask me, ask someone who's near you what is good, and they can help you. Yeah. I guess that's it. Anything else?
You've reached out. Yeah. You've reached out since the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. You need people. And yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining our live. I hope it wasn't a complete train crash. And if it was, you can DM me too, and I will I'll buy you a drink next time I see you. I don't know. Okay. Bye. Bye.
I think you're resuming the live.
I know. Okay, we're resuming it because we're trying to figure out how to save this. Oh, thanks, Joe. Thanks. I'm so glad. I'm doing great. We're just, don't look at us now. We're just, oh, I love you too, do you? I can't wait to see you soon.
Joe, help us. How do we save the live?
Can we save it? Are we done? We're not live anymore. More.
Save?
Pause. Let's pause the live while we figure this out. Left, right.
No, that's not.
No, I can't. How do I say? If y'all can see us now, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. How do we say this? Why am I a boomer?
I'm no better than you.
Y'all, she's bilingual, but she's not trilingual in
in technology.
In TikTok.
Nope.
Top right. Oh my gosh, someone else.
I believe it automatically saved.
Okay, does it? So Joe, if it saves, let us know. If not, it was fun. We'll never see it again. I don't know. I do know that is not a good angle for me, so I should not do that. That's what I do know. Y'all, I keep like doing like this.
Maybe you did save.
Oh my god. Beep up. I can't. Oh my gosh. The tune. If you're on here, like this is like the outtakes. End live. I would love to. How do I save it? Yeah, I'm just gonna end it. I don't know. Oh, that's nice.